According to the National Center for Education Statistics, ELLs are students whose native language is a language other than English or come from environments where a language other than English is dominant. The United States experienced phenomenal growth in the number of English language learners over the first decade of the 21st century, expanding the need in many public schools to provide special language instruction.
The number of school-aged children ages 5 through 17 who spoke a language other than English at home rose from 4.7 to 11.2 million between 1980 and 2009, or from 11 to 21% of the population in this age range. There are 400 different languages spoken in the U.S. schools. The levels of students' English proficiency varies widely. The educational background of students also varies widely across this group. While some ELL students are academically on grade level, others have had little to no education when they enter the U.S. school system and are multiple grade levels behind their counterparts. Jason O'Brien states that social studies teachers are particularly important because current inclusion practices place multiple and diverse English language learners in regular social studies classrooms where they are expected to learn variable citizenship skills necessary for participation in a democratic society. The curriculum used in social studies offers significant challenges for ELLs. One challenge is the structure of social studies classes. In many social studies classrooms, content is presented orally, material is often discussed and written in an integral part of assessments. Many ELLs are beginning stages of second language acquisition, do not have the vocabulary necessary to actively listen to lectures, participate in discussion, or to write.
Another challenge faced by ELLs is the nature of the actual social studies content itself. Social studies content reflects multiple perspectives on particular people and events, and learning goals are usually measured over longer periods of time. Another challenge is the difficult vocabulary words associated with social studies instruction. Words like liberty, justice, and citizenship are very abstract and subject to culturally embedded meanings and experiences. Given these significant challenges and difficulties ELLs face in social studies classes, effective instructional modifications are critical for ELLs. One effective practice for teachers is to incorporate the use of visual aids. The use of charts, pictures, and real objects provides context and gives an unknown word in English meaning. Word walls are a great example of a visual aid. A word wall is one wall in the classroom designated to displaying commonly used vocabulary and sight words in large print in multiple languages so that all students can read the words from their desks. The students can then refer to the word wall at all times. The large visual nature of word walls helps students to naturally gain familiarity with these high-frequency words as well as to gain reinforcement of vocabulary. Word walls should be interactive and dynamic tools. This means that students can suggest words to add to the wall throughout the school year. As new words are learned in class, the teacher should also initiate additions to the word wall. A bilingual word wall is beneficial for students at all levels of English proficiency because it helps students draw connections among words.
Another effective practice for ELLs is for teachers to be culturally responsive and seek ways to validate ELL's home language and culture. Teachers can incorporate multicultural books in history classes that show or teach the multiple perspectives and viewpoints of other cultural groups. For example, when teaching about Jacksonian America, teachers could have their students read The Life of Frederick Douglass and the Indian Removal Act. Another effective way to teach ELLs is by allowing ELLs to work in collaborations with other students in small groups. Small group work, especially with other ELLs who are more proficient in English and other English-speaking students, fosters communication and literacy practice and can also foster a low-anxiety learning atmosphere for ELLs. Teaching social studies in the classroom is the most important for ELLs success in society, to the extent that social studies teachers do not foster both linguistic development and comprehension on context. They risk stunting the growth of this ever increasing group in American schools.